Welcome to this episode of Mentors at Your Benchside, the podcast giving you advice, tips and tools for getting the most out of your research. I'm Thomas Warwick, and today I'll be talking to you about 3 tips to avoid measurement drift in analytical balances. As scientists, we're often told about the need for accuracy and precision in our measurements and experiments. If you work in a scientific environment, whether a pharmaceutical lab or a bioscience research institute, you'll likely make regular, extensive use of analytical balances. These precise lab instruments are highly sensitive and must weigh things with a high degree of accuracy. What makes an analytical balance different from any other balance? Analytical balances are designed to deliver extremely precise results, as low as 1/1,000,000th of a gram. Therefore, they're often used for quality checks in the production processes of many pharmaceutical manufacturing companies. Analytical balances are greatly affected by their environment, how they're installed, and how they're handled. This is why it's important to assess the lab environment to make any required on-site adjustments. The weighing equipment you use in a lab should always deliver accurate results, and all the elements that can cause any discrepancies should be eliminated where possible. Something as simple and innocuous seeming as the opening and closing of a freezer door can cause the temperature to fluctuate. This small temperature change in the environment should be prevented to ensure optimal conduction of weighing measurements. What causes measurement drift in analytical balances? The measurement drift phenomenon can adversely affect analytical balances when weighing compounds. Measurement drift refers to unstable weight readings, typically due to static charge, air drafts, and inconsistent ambient temperatures. This drift can cause measurement changes and leads to displayed imbalances. Additionally, readings also become unstable if enough static electricity is present in the environment. This can occur even if you don't apply any weight to the balance. Pharmaceutical production line areas are generally kept clean and under highly controlled conditions. Humidity levels are generally below 20% with 24-hour air conditioning. This creates a dry environment, and any movement of objects can cause friction. This friction creates static electricity, leading to considerable errors and discrepancies in weighing measurements, ranging up to dozens of milligrams. With that in mind, here are 3 tips to avoid drift in analytical balances. Tip 1. Monitor and adjust humidity. To keep static electricity from building up and causing the measurement drift effect, it is essential to ensure that humidity levels for weighing equipment are raised to 40% at installation time. If the static energy keeps accumulating and the rate of electrical discharge is slow, weighing operations should not be made until the electrical charges are eliminated from the weighing sample. Tip 2. Avoid static electricity. After weighing, samples should not be stored in plastic containers, and if possible, conduct weighing operations while standing on anti-static flooring. You can also buy anti-static weigh boats and try discharging any static built up in your clothing by touching something conductive. But beware, this might give you a tiny electric shock on your fingertips. Tip 3. Consider the temperature. Another external factor that dramatically impacts the accuracy and stability of analytical balances is temperature. Temperature control is crucial in avoiding the measurement drift phenomenon. This includes maintaining constant temperatures in the environment and for your weighing equipment by carefully avoiding air drafts and nearby cold objects. The best way to ensure temperature stability is to maintain a variation of not more than 2 degrees around the clock. Also, the weighing instrument should always remain on so that its temperature remains constant. In addition to applying these 3 tips to avoid measurement drift, it's also important to evaluate the performance of analytical balances by carrying out routine testing. This will help determine whether they need on-site modifications, repairs, or calibration. Problems can occur due to defective components or how users operate them. You should therefore test them for repeatability to ensure they're delivering accurate results consistently. Here are some tips for further testing measurement repeatability. Use a solid, non-magnetic and non-porous container or a test weight and weigh it repeatedly after returning to 0 at the end of every weighing cycle. Watch out for numerical readings turning blank or becoming frozen. This indicates your equipment may have become contaminated, damaged or mishandled, and is thus not producing the desired results. Corner load is the term that indicates the ability of an instrument to generate the same readings for an object regardless of where it's placed on the weighing pan. The readings should be the same at all positions on the weighing pan, and if there are errors, they can be fixed during a field service. And that's it for avoiding measurement drift in analytical balances. Check out the episode description for links to related articles and resources, and don't forget to subscribe to the podcast to get more help and advice from mentors at your benchside.